There's no guarantee that you can make a person fall in love with you. But of course, we all have a crush from time to time, and it would be a lot better and easier if they would fall for us ASAP. General advice about finding love and keeping it is usually something along the lines of being your kind and wonderful self. You're supposed to allow the right person to find you at the perfect time. But if your desire burns stronger than that, there are some things you can do to increase your odds. Of course, you have to be somewhat involved with someone to put some of these things into place. Here are 15 things that you can do to make someone fall in love with you. They're all according to psychology and science. You might already be naturally doing some of these things, but some of them might take a little more effort to remember to keep up. 1. Dim the lights. You might already be familiar with the fact that people's pupils dilate when they are looking at someone that they are attracted to. And you can't exactly force your pupils to dilate when you look at someone, but you can force your pupils to dilate by dimming the lights. This is a super tricky move, but you can do it. When the lighting is low, your pupils will naturally dilate. So when someone looks at you, they are more likely to think that you're interested in them, even if it's just the lighting that's doing it.
This might be another factor having to do with people making connections in bars and whatnot, besides all of the alcohol, of course.
You're a lot more likely to think that someone is crushing on you in the dim lighting of a cozy corner than making a flash of eye contact in bright daylight somewhere in public. 2. Be passionate about something. Being passionate about something other than the person that you like is a super attractive thing. People are drawn to passionate people because passion usually mixes with drive and ends up being some sort of accomplishment. We think people are interesting who are working towards their goals, and we tend to be wary of people who don't have big passions or interests in life. There's something about a lack of motivation that isn't very appealing. Who knows, it might go back to something primal, like the people are most likely to survive who are willing to stay engaged and stay active and go after what they need. You don't have to be the most accomplished person in the world. Being passionate can be about anything, and you probably already are. You can be passionate about reading by yourself, but the key is to let people know that you feel strongly about this interest instead of hiding it because you think it might sound boring. 3. Talk about your transformation. Sometimes it seems like hiding your flaws is the best way to make someone think that you're awesome, but psychologically speaking, people actually want to hear about the shortcomings that you've experienced in the past and don't have anymore. This makes you seem more human, and it makes it obvious that you're a better person than you used to be, which makes you seem reflective, self-aware, confident enough to talk about it, and likely to continue on a path where you will keep being those things. It might seem frightening to open up about the so-called bad or hard stuff in your life, but other people probably don't think it's as shameful as you do, since they themselves have also gone through struggles of various kinds, whether they can relate directly or not. It makes sense when you turn it around and think about something else being honest and vulnerable with you. It's awesome. 4. Maintain the connection. When you have an exciting connection with someone, you should absolutely be making an effort to keep that. Each couple's connection is slightly different and might require more or less work, but even if you're not physically seeing the person all the time, you want to make sure that you're still on their mind. When they can't stop thinking about you, they will be spending less time thinking about other people, right? Just make sure that what they're thinking about when they think about you is good stuff. Trying to be manipulative can come off as manipulative and immature, and it isn't a long-term recipe for success. Even if people fall for it, they will see the light at some point and be turned off by it. It's not a healthy way to start something new. Seek out the authentic connections that you share and then honor those to the best of your ability. 5. Be emotionally available. When you're dating someone and you want them to fall for you, you have to prove that you have a certain amount of emotional availability. Of course, you could argue that being totally closed off and running away from people could make you seem mysterious and could make them more interested in you. And that's true, but it only works to a certain extent. If you want to hang out with someone, you need to open up and be slightly vulnerable to them so they feel like they can be vulnerable with you. This might mean being responsive when they are telling you a story, being open to the different parts of their personality, and expressing to them that you do in fact like them, as well as being able to accept that yeah, they totally like you too. Don't brush things like that off if you want them to feel good about the fact that they like you.